The Hindu Concept of Pramana by Dave Marsland of Cardiff Theosophical Society. The Hindu concept of Pramana is a fundamental aspect of Hindu epistemology which deals with the nature of knowledge, its sources, and the means of valid cognition. The concept of Pramana is crucial in understanding how knowledge is acquired, validated, and utilized in the Hindu philosophical tradition. To understand the concept of Pramana, it is essential to delve into the historical context of Hindu philosophy. The roots of Hindu epistemology can be traced back to the ancient Vedic texts, particularly the Vedas and the Upanishads. These sacred scriptures provided the foundation for the development of philosophical thought in India, and they laid the groundwork for the exploration of the nature of knowledge and cognition. Pramana, in the Hindu philosophical tradition, refers to the means of valid knowledge or the sources of knowledge. It is central to Nyaya thought attributed to the sage Aksapada Gautama. It provides a framework for understanding how knowledge is obtained, tested, and ascertained. The concept of Pramana is concerned with the epistemological inquiry into what constitutes valid cognition and how it can be distinguished from invalid cognition. Hindu epistemology recognizes 6 main categories of Pramana, each of which plays a distinct role in the acquisition and validation of knowledge. These categories are: 1. Pratyaksha, perception. Pratyaksha refers to direct perception or sensory experience. It is considered as one of the primary sources of knowledge, as it involves the direct apprehension of objects through the senses. In the Hindu tradition, perception is seen as a reliable means of knowledge, provided it is free from any distortions or illusions. 2. Anumana, inference. Anumana is the process of arriving at knowledge through inference or reasoning. It involves drawing conclusions based on observed facts and established principles. Inference is considered a valid source of knowledge when it is based on sound reasoning and logical principles. 3. Upamana, comparison. Upamana is the means of knowledge through comparison or analogy. It involves a recognition of similarity between 2 objects or concepts, leading to the acquisition of new knowledge. Upamana is based on the idea that knowledge of one thing can lead to the understanding of another through a process of comparison. 4. Shabda, testimony. Shabda refers to verbal testimony or the testimony of reliable sources. It is considered as a valid source of knowledge when it comes from trustworthy and knowledgeable individuals or authoritative texts. The Hindu tradition places great emphasis on the role of Shabda as a source of valid knowledge, particularly in the context of spiritual and metaphysical truths. 5. Arthapati, presumption. Arthapati is the postulation of a fact to reconcile conflicting pieces of evidence. It involves the assumption of a particular state of affairs to account for observed phenomena. Arthapati is considered as a valid source of knowledge when it is the only plausible explanation for a given set of circumstances. 6. Anupalabdhi, non-apprehension. Anupalabdhi refers to the knowledge derived from the non-apprehension or absence of an object. It is based on the recognition of the absence of something, leading to the inference of its non-existence. Anupalabdhi is considered as a valid source of knowledge in situations where the non-apprehension of an object is definitive and unambiguous. The concept of Pramana holds significant importance in Hindu philosophy for several reasons. Firstly, it provides a systematic framework for understanding the nature of knowledge and its validation, which is essential for the pursuit of truth and understanding. Secondly, Pramana helps in the distinguishing between valid and invalid forms of cognition, thereby enabling individuals to discern truth from falsehood. Thirdly, the concept of Pramana has practical implications in various fields, including ethics, spirituality and metaphysics, as it guides individuals in the acquisition of knowledge and the validation of their beliefs. The concept of Pramana finds application in various aspects of Hindu thought and practice. In the field of spirituality and religion, the reliance on Shabda as a source of valid knowledge is evident in the authority ascribed to the scriptures and the teachings of enlightened sages. The use of inference and analogy is prevalent in philosophical discourse, where scholars employ logical reasoning to expound on complex metaphysical concepts. Moreover, the concept of Pramana has implications for ethical decision-making, as it guides individuals in discerning right conduct from wrong conduct based on valid sources of knowledge. While the concept of Pramana has been integral to Hindu epistemology, it has not been without critique and development within the tradition. Different philosophical schools within Hinduism have offered varying interpretations and critiques of the categories of Pramana, leading to the refinement and elaboration of the concept. The Nyaya and Vaisheshika schools, for instance, have extensively elaborated on the nature of inference and perception, contributing to the development of epistemological theories. Similarly, the Advaita Vedanta school has emphasized the role of Shabda in the context of spiritual knowledge, leading to nuanced discussions on the nature of scriptural authority. To sum up, the concept of Pramana is a foundational aspect of Hindu epistemology, providing a comprehensive framework for understanding the sources of valid knowledge. The 6 categories of Pramana, Pratyaksha, Anumana, Upamana, Shabda, Arthapati and Anupalabdhi, play a crucial role in the acquisition, validation and utilization of knowledge within the Hindu philosophical tradition. The significance of Pramana extends beyond theoretical inquiry, influencing spiritual, ethical and metaphysical dimensions of Hindu thought and practice. As the concept of Pramana continues to be explored and elaborated upon within the diverse philosophical schools of Hinduism, it remains a central pillar in the pursuit of truth and understanding in the Hindu intellectual tradition.